This island's past is illustrious. Cyprus has been coveted by civilizations for centuries because of its advantageous location, which has made it a valued property for everyone who has gained power in the eastern Mediterranean. People still come here now, but they do so to enjoy the beaches instead of the island's might and splendor. Cyprus features a wealth of historical tourism attractions for visitors who are interested in more than just sand and sun, including archaeological sites, beautiful Byzantine churches, monasteries, and museums galore. Number 10. Cyprus Museum. Cyprus has a ton of museums because it is home to so many archaeological sites, but the Cyprus Museum in the capital Nicosia is where you can find a comprehensive overview of the island's history, using exquisite objects to display the refined workmanship of each era. The extremely well-curated museum takes visitors on a trip from the Neolithic up to the Ottoman era. The enormous collection of votive figures made of terracotta that dates to the 7th century BC is the display that stands out. Number 9. House of Dionysus. The House of Dionysus, which houses an amazing collection of mosaic floors celebrated for their superb preservation and brilliant coloration, is the main attraction in the vacation town of Paphos. The region is home to a variety of Greco-Roman ruins as well as several additional mosaic houses. It is a part of the larger Paphos archaeological site, which contains the excavated remains of ancient Paphos. Number 8. Troodos Villages. The Troodos Massif, located in the southwest hill country, is home to numerous charming towns with narrow cobblestone streets and stone-cut ancient homes. They also house some of the most incredible churches and monasteries in Cyprus, which are decorated with colorful murals and frescoes from the Middle Ages. The Troodos churches are so important historically that 9 of them have been accorded UNESCO World Heritage status. Number 7. Cape Greco. There are places where you can get away from the crowds even along the busy south coast of Cyprus. The peninsula that forms the southernmost tip of the island is covered by Cape Greco, a craggy and rocky coastal national park. Numerous walking paths begin here immediately to the east of the Ayia Napa resort. The longest track meanders around a rocky headland with staircases at strategic locations along the cliff, allowing you to descend for a swim by some sea caves, and ends at Konos Beach, a tiny cove where you may cool off with another swim after your walk. Number 6. Colossi Castle. If there were cuteness contests in castles, Colossi would win without a doubt. The old Crusader stronghold located just outside of Limassol is a reminder of the significance of Cyprus to Europeans during the Holy Land Crusades. It is a tiny but perfectly formed castle. The fortress, which was once owned by the Knights of St. John, served as a commandery for the region and had a fantastic view of the coastline. Number 5. Ancient Salamis. This enormous archaeological site, which shares the title of the greatest historical monument on the island with ancient Kourion, is home to an abundance of marble ruins. A lesson in Cyprus' extensive history can be learned by strolling among the remains of salamis that date from a variety of historical eras. Within the ruins of the gymnasium are large pieces of Hellenistic statues that are missing their heads because they were chopped off by overzealous Christians. 2 sizable Byzantine church ruins exist amid weed and wild fennel fields, and a massive reservoir area displays the management and engineering prowess of what must have been a magnificent old metropolis. Number 4. Karpas Peninsula. The Karpas Peninsula, located in the northeast of the island and extending out in a long finger of golden beaches backed by steep hills, is the most picturesque area in Cyprus. It is Cyprus' least visited region, with wonderful hiking, charming villages, and a wealth of undiscovered historical treasures. If you want to experience the primitive and underdeveloped island life of yore, you must go here. Number 3. Larnaca. Larnaca, a laid-back beach resort on the southeast coast of the island, has managed to retain its sense of place. The most carefree vacationer base is by far this one. The town has all the amenities for sun and sand-based fun, but the ornate Agios Lazaros, Church of St. Lazarus, and the old, crumbling Turkish quarter, known as Scala, give the town an interesting historical edge. Additionally, the town's center has maintained the feel of a real town during the year rather than just a summer resort. Number 2. St. Hilarion Castle. St. Hilarion, a former Crusader stronghold and one of the most stunning castles remaining in the Mediterranean, is the setting for numerous stories and legends. According to local legend, a fairy queen who used to enchant local shepherds on these hills erected the castle itself. Explorator Heaven, the castle's enormous ramparts and chambers wind up the mountain. A path ascends through the lower castle structures, including the stables and troop barracks, to the ruins of the towers, royal apartments, and chapels. The views across the hills and down to the coastal plain are breathtaking for those who make the final ascent. Number 1. Ancient Kourion. Cyprus is home to several historic landmarks, but Kourion stands out as the best. One of the nicest things to do in Cyprus is to explore the magnificent buildings and mosaics. It's a wonderful spot, romantically perched across a coastal cliff with breathtaking vistas of the countryside and Mediterranean below. The House of Eustolios, which houses several exquisite, well-preserved mosaics, and the theater are the most well-known locations to see while at this enormous site. That's it for today. Please like, share, and subscribe.